So in terms of bearing presses, these are the various types of bearing press we have. There is this little bones tool, which is pretty affordable. It has got a little button in the top that you push, and there are ball bearings on the side that kind of retract. And then you put the bearing in here. Let me get a bearing. The bearing fits in there, and if you're pushing it down, you don't press the thing, it goes down and you push it into the wheel. If you are pulling the bearing out of the wheel, you push the things in and it locks in behind the bearing, and then you pull it out, right? So it seems quite straightforward to use, except when you've got a spacer on the inside of your wheel. So if you have got a magnetic spacer on the inside of your wheel, aka in a luminous wheel, this does not work because the little ball bearings have got nothing to grab hold of. There is no space behind the bearing that you can pull it out. Not useful. So we could go to something like this, which is quite weighty, these bearing tools, just a piece of pretty solid metal. This one has a retractable end. Powerdyne do a very similar one, which is kind of like a stick, and the bearing fits on the end, and you can either push your bearing in, so it's obviously one at a time, or you can pull it out like this. And bearing press in the back, and like a cracker, works really well with soft wheels. Very, very enjoyable with a soft wheel. And then when we're pushing them in, down nice and flat, and we just push it down, okay? Soft wheels, hand presses like these are great. On a firmer wheel, like the domino wheels, which is what I'm going to be fitting today, I would always use something that is going to use leverage. So this little very cheeky thing, this is quite heavy. This is a Snyder hand press. Sometimes you can use a hammer with it, depending on your wheels, and this works for both 7 and 8 millimeter bearings, right? This bore is a 7 millimeter one. When we're installing using this, we put our bearing on first. We take our wheel, and I don't want that colour. We put the back of our wheel, so there's decals on one side and nothing on the other, so the back of the wheel goes down, the front of the bearing goes on, so we've made a little bearing sandwich, and we're going to push firmly until it's all the way in, okay? If it won't go all the way in, we can get ourselves a little hammer. If you do not have the bearing, if it's like wonky, then potentially you're going to crack the hub of your wheel, depending on your wheel. So you must make sure that the bearing is central before you start like hitting it with a hammer. And as you can see, gentle taps to get it down, but this is going to be very tricky to get the bearings out of. So I would want to use something different. I don't use spacers in my wheels, haven't done for a very long time. And I haven't found that I need them. Obviously the only wheels with spacers is a magnetic spacer in a light up wheel. Let me install these bearings faster using this baby, which is our Powerdyne bench bearing press, and to be honest, I very much enjoy this. Now, if you've been worrying yourself about what is the ABEC rating on bearings, what does that mean? I've heard that I need rating like an ABEC rating of 15 or 21 or whatever you've heard. The ABEC rating is to do with precision. So generally for skaters, we're looking at an ABEC rating of maybe 11, something like that. That's quite a decent bearing. What's actually important for us is the bearing is quality components. The actual bearing number doesn't really matter as much for roller skaters as it does in precision machinery. If you think of something maybe that's mixing, like an ice cream maker, ice cream factory, it's mixing all the time, and there will be like thousands of rotations per minute. Let's make sure there is a very, very high precision bearing with really good quality components, so that that machinery doesn't overheat. If we were going at that speed of 1,000 rotations per minute, we would be skating incredibly fast, like faster than you could actually go on the equipment. It's faster than the equipment would allow, even if you're pushing really hard. It's someone in my roller derby team in the very early days measured it and said it was like 70 miles an hour or something like that you'd have to be skating on for that to actually make a difference and matter. So ABEC rating on your bearings is significantly less important than the quality of the component and what it's made from. I would also say, if you've heard ceramic bearings are great, they are great. However, you don't want to use ceramic bearings in the skate park, in my opinion, because if you're jumping on that, potentially on the hub, if you've not got a strong hub in your wheel, there's a little bit of crushing that could happen there. So let's not go there. Ceramic bearings are very, very expensive. They do give a smoother feel, but to be honest, you don't need them, not straight away, maybe not ever. Something like these, the Origin bearings, they are new to us, and I am gonna, hi Laws, I am gonna totally promote them a lot because they're made by Derby Laces, same company, or who they've got a new company. And Derby Laces I have a big soft spot for because they have been so incredibly supportive of us as a business over the years, and I couldn't ask for more. Considering we've never met, like we're their customer, they don't have to do all this stuff, the extra stuff that they have actually done. So yeah, I very much appreciate them. Okay, this bearing press, this has got a spindle on it and a lever, and it uses a lovely mechanic. It's also got an end here which looks threatening, doesn't it? But this end is a bearing remover, it's a puller. So I can hook my existing bearing over the end, which is another reason I don't like a spacer, because this does not work, okay, if there's a spacer in the way. And then you can hold it very still and pull it out. It's hard to do, I don't want to do it, sorry. I'm just going to show you how this works. So with spindle up, we can also swap this out for a 7mm spindle, by the way, which is so we don't lose it, sellotape to the back. But we're going to put our bearing down. We are then going to put the back of our wheel, that's the front, back of the wheel goes down. Then we're going to put bearing front on the front, and we're going to drop the spindle into place, okay? Now I need to support the wheel. It needs to not be rolling around like this with the bearings completely separate, because if I try and just cram the bearings into the wheel, it's going to trap the wheel in like a horrible way. So I need to very slightly lift it and make sure that the bearing is sighted. I probably shouldn't have used a black wheel on a black machine, but never mind. That it's not sighted, and we're going to depress the lever slowly, obviously keeping your hands out of the way of moving parts. In an ideal world, this has got bolts and you would bolt it to your bench, but we do move it around our shop, and you're going to press it all the way in. There we go. Okay, now there are some bearings available where a bearing press is not suggested that it's good for the wheel, and those are the alloy hub wheels, aluminium hub wheels, which are very, very shiny, and they're heavier, and it's just because they scratch really easily and they're more likely to be deformed or squished in an irreparable way. So in those cases we use a hand press, and we like oil the edge of the bearing so that it slides in really easily. But there we go, that's our last one. So that's my set of Radar Domino wheels. There we go. They are now ready to go back into our wheel library.